It's Courtney, and I am going to teach you how to create a chart for yourself. You will need your birth date, time, and location to do so, and you will be able to use this to interpret where various things are happening for you, like full moons and new moons, in what houses, etc. And you're going to start by going to astro.com, as you can see here. And from there, you're going to go to the right upper corner, My Astro, log in. And I already have a login. However, you're going to go down below here where it says if you don't have a registered user profile, and you are going to go to create a free registered user profile. I'm going to go ahead and let you fill this out, and you can pause the video here to do this and create an account, and then come back and I'll show you what you want to do. Okay, so once you have created an account for yourself, you're going to go back to astro.com. You're then going to go down here to where it says charts and calculations. Click on that. And then you are going to click on extended chart selection. And you are going to add a new chart. So you can see that I have a list of charts that are in this area here. I'm not going to pull it down to show you them, but you are allowed to have up to 100 in astro.com. And to add one, you go to add right here, and this is where you're going to be adding your own personal information. And then once you do that, you can pause the video and come back, and I will show you how to view the chart that you created. Okay, so again, you're going to come back now to astro.com. You can go to charts and calculations. You're going to go to extended chart selection, and then you're going to select your name or whoever's chart it is that you would like to look at and pick show the chart. Okay. And I'm going to briefly share with you how you would read this chart to understand which house of yours certain event is happening for you. So what you're going to want to first note is that in this kind of pink area around are all of the symbols for the astrological signs. Okay, we've got Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, and Scorpio. Okay, get to know these glyphs, and if you need practice and you'd like to find out more about the different signs and what they need, I am working currently on a introductory astrology class that I will have up on my website, so please stay tuned for that. In the meantime, you really just want to be able to identify the glyphs and what sign these glyphs stand for. And you want to be able to identify what these symbols. And again, you may need to sign up for an astrology class to do that. You can also just Google planet symbols, and you'll be able to get a key so that you can read these symbols. The most important would be your sun, your moon. Those are in this chart conjunct, and finding out what the important points mean, which is AC, your ascendant. So that's the basic way of understanding how to know where your planets are. And if I were to ask you, hey, where are the majority of the planets? Your answer would be right here. This is Aries. It's a fire sign, which is why the color for this sign is red, just like the other fire signs. And if I were to say something like, okay, where's Mars in this chart? You would have to know what Mars looks like, and you would have to know what this glyph means, which is Cancer, and you would say Mars is in Cancer. So if, for instance, you're listening to a full moon reading and you know the full moon is happening in the sign of Virgo, you're going to want to know where Virgo is in your chart and if there's any planets there that are going to be affected by the full moon. And to do that, you'll have to locate and understand the glyph for Virgo, which is right here. And there is no planets in this particular chart's Virgo sign. But let's say the full moon was happening in the sign of Gemini. You'd want to locate where Gemini is, understanding the glyph for Gemini. And then you have at 10 degrees, which is what the 10 is here, Venus. And so let's say at 12 degrees of Gemini, we have a full moon. Well, that would mean your Venus is conjunct the full moon. Okay. Now, for instance, if let's say in this chart's an example of a new moon. That's why the moon and the sun are conjunct at the same degree. And let's say you had something opposite of Aries, which would then be in the sign of Libra at 28 degrees or 29 degrees or around that degree point, you would have a planet that's in opposition to the new moon. And that's significant. And you'd want to know that. So that's the very, very, very basics of how to read a chart that you can use for any astrology reading. And please stay tuned for my astrology class that I've been working on if you really want to dive in and get to know how to read your own chart and learn about astrology.